Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's free value of the week. I'm a little bit behind schedule, so I do apologize for that. We're going to try to be a little bit tighter going into the next week. This week is going to be kind of a build in public themed video. I'm going to try to get through this entire thing in less than 10 minutes. Hopefully even faster than that, but essentially we're going to build in public. I'm going to launch this webinar marketing plan and provide updates every week or so with how it's performing, and you will all basically see me either succeed or fail miserably, or more than likely somewhere in between the two. But either way, I'm going to be sharing the whole journey along with everyone in backstage. So hopefully people can, gather some value from it or just learn from my failures at the very least. So what's the goal here? Why are we even doing this? I get on a lot of sales calls and they take a lot of time. Each one takes about an hour, and they don't always close, as the nature of sales is. So my goal here is to sell my product one to many. So I want to sell my product one time every single week to as many people as I possibly can, so I can save 50 hours a month. I was having roughly 50 sales calls a month. That's 50 hours. That's over a week's worth of work. So I'd like to spend more time on product, less time selling. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to try to achieve it via a webinar. I'm hoping that will cure this ailment. We shall see. Who knows? I might launch this webinar and it might not even achieve the goal of selling my product one to many, but this is the best way I think I could go about it. So how are we going to do it? We're going to get people to sign up for a webinar. Who are we marketing to? Small, mid-sized businesses, typically in the marketing/agency space. I think this is going to be my best market for this product that I'm marketing, but we shall see. We're going to test a bunch of different niches and see what works best. When are we going to do this? How long do we have to do it? I hate setting time horizons, but I do follow Parkinson's law when it comes to setting tasks. If you're not familiar with Parkinson's law, essentially it's a law that states, the task will grow to fit the time that you set for it. So if you set a week time horizon for you to achieve something or do something, it's going to take a week for you to do it. If you set yourself 24 hours to do it, you'll get it done in 24 hours. I'm sure we've all seen this when we're submitting our late papers or doing a last minute meeting prep, whatever it may be. But I love to follow this law because kind of just forces you to do and act and stop planning. So what do I need to do to set up? So essentially we're going to be doing this through cold email and social media. That's why I plan on getting signups. I don't have a lot of money, but I have a lot of time. So there's your answer most of the time. When you don't have money and you don't have time, you got to do the boring hard stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to launch a cold email marketing campaign and see if we can get people to sign up for this webinar. We're going to do one every single week. The goal is to get 100 people active on that webinar eventually. So how long do we have to do it? 48 hours. So what will we achieve? Did some quick math here. Let's see how much I have to invest, both in time and in money, and see what we're going to try to achieve here. So again, we're going to try to get 100 signups to this webinar eventually in 90 days. That was our estimated time horizon based on this math. But again, I don't like setting time horizons. This is basically a contract to either take too long to achieve your goal or set yourself up for disappointment when you don't achieve it in the amount of time that you arbitrarily set to it. I say arbitrarily because if you read Daniel Kahneman's book, Thinking Fast and Thinking Slow, you'll see how bad humans are at estimating time horizons. We're pretty damn bad at it. So there's your summer reading list. If you haven't read that book before, it's very dense, but it's a great read. Anyway, getting back into the math of things, we're looking for 100 signups to this webinar. Roughly, you want to kind of estimate average cold email campaign works at a 1% conversion rate. So for every 100 people you sign or email, you might get one person to respond back and say, hell yeah, let's do it. My campaigns tend to do better than this, but we always want to err on the side of everything being bad because this is our first time doing it. So I'm assuming that this campaign will probably not go as well as my really good ones that are dialed in. But in order to get 100 people to sign up via cold email, we're going to have to email 10,000 people. It's a lot of people, but we can do it. We've got the system fully automated to do it, and we've got the infrastructure to do it. So that should be more than doable. Then from those 100 signups, we're going to look to get a 25% show up rate. If any of you have hosted webinars and know a better benchmark than this, please feel free to share it. Give me an idea. This is kind of just roughly estimating on the bad side of things. I'm hoping I can get a 25% show up rate. And then ultimately from that 25 people that show up on 100 signups, we're going to look to get, I'm assuming this is going to go awful because I've never really sold one to many. I've sold one to one. I'm pretty good at that. I'm usually at a 50 to 60% close rate on that. But with this, since we're doing one to many, it's my first time doing it. I'm going to assume that I will be awful at it. So we will say, roughly a 10 to 25% conversion rate. Again, if you've done selling in webinars and this is way off, please let me know. But we're going to estimate 2.5 to 6.25 clients closed on each of these calls if we get people signed up every single week at 100 a week. And hopefully we see some exponential growth on this as time progresses, because we'll have a bigger list of people that we can reach out to and engage with. But estimated, if we get that many signups, that many closes, we should get around 12 to 30K in revenue in that one call, hopefully. So not bad, not too shabby on the revenue side. Costs, it's going to cost me about $150 from all my email accounts. Lead lists, these aren't for me, but these are for the prospects that are going to be joining the call. This is kind of our lead magnet. We're going to be providing 1,000 leads in their target audience, in their niche, with their LinkedIn profile, phone number, email, company size, all that information. So we're going to give them that lead list for free. That's how we're going to incentivize the signups. I'm hoping this works. Because again, we're providing something that's going to cost money completely for free. So at the very least, if I waste your time, you get 1,000 free leads to send to your sales team. And then time, I think this will take me about 5 hours a week in terms of maintenance, maybe 1 hour a day every single morning. Typically I bill my rates, my hourly rate at $200. So we're going to say $1,000 worth of sweat equity. So it's going to be $1,600 all in roughly to start this marketing campaign. And assuming we're on the bad side of things of 12.5, I think if I'm mathing correctly, that's like a 7 or 8x return. So not too bad if these numbers are roughly in the ballpark. This is sending capacity, so this is just kind of the infrastructure that I have. That's where I got that 90-day mark. Given the capacity that I have right now with my infrastructure, how many people I need to email, how many emails I need to send for each lead, we're going to estimate that we can probably get 100 signups in about 90 days. So we're going to be doing a little over a signup a day, hopefully. That's the goal across, emailing 20 days out of the month, every single month, Monday through Friday. So if we can get a sign up and a half a day, we'll be in business, ladies and gentlemen. I think we'll do pretty well. So what am I going to do? Like I said, run a campaign 25/7. And something that I need to do manually is I need to follow up with these leads within 30 minutes of the response and continually engage in follow up. This is critical. This is super, super critical. So this is something I just want to remind myself. I have to follow up with these people within 30 minutes when they're high conviction. And, people always say your net worth is your network, but the fortune is in the follow up. So I need to make sure that I'm following up with these people constantly until I get a sign up. So the second they say that they're interested, they are going to get blown up from me till the end of time until they either sign up or I die trying. One or the other. So that's what I need to do at least. How am I going to do it, or what's the webinar going to be? It's going to be about my product of personalized cold email outreach. So kind of using product to sell the product. Hopefully that's a good case study in and of itself. I can say, hey, I got you all to join this call with me today using the system that I'm going to try to sell you right now. So hopefully that's a good pitch. And then lastly here, what's the input equation? So based on systems theory, systems thinking, every system has an input, and that's the only thing you can control. You can't control outputs. All you can control is inputs. So I always try to figure out what is the input equation here? What is the thing that I need to do that will get me all of the results that I'm looking for? Once I discover what that input equation is, I just try to do as much of that as possible. I think my guess here for the input equation, what's going to get me the most signups is just simply telling people about my webinar, just telling them about it. If I don't tell people about it, no one's going to know about it. If no one knows about it, no one's going to sign up. So I think the one thing that I need to focus on this entire campaign over the next 90 days, roughly, is just tell as many people about my stuff as possible. And if you guys want to help out and tell people about my stuff, that'd be fantastic. Don't need to at all. It's not an obligation, but humble ask. And then this is just like a simple little picture I found on Google, kind of just reminded me, keep these things simple. And then I started getting into paid strategy, but we don't have the money for that right now. So yeah, I built this over the weekend. I launched it today. We're just over the 10-minute mark here. So I'll make this quick, but I did check the campaign performance. This launched today. Let's see. It launched today, and we've got 5 replies with 2 positive responses. 2 people said, "Hey, I'm interested." How cool is that? We launched it today. Awesome. You could share it with me. And then Gabriel said, "Yep, I would be interested. Book some time on my calendar." So we're going to get a call with Gabriel too. We're booking calls without even trying. But yeah, so the campaign's cooking. We've got 2 signups today, so we've hit our quota. Well, I guess not technically 2 signups. These are 2 interested people, but hopefully they sign up. We've hit our quota today. Let's just do a quick run through here and see what our metrics are at. If our lead status in progress. Let's see. All right, so we've emailed 167 people today. That's low. We're going to be emailing a whole lot more people than that going forward. But let's see. We had 2 positive responses, and we emailed 167 people. Times 100 equals 1.19% positive response rate, positive conversion rate. So we're above KPI right now. We're at 1.1. An average kind of benchmark for cold email I know is about a 1% conversion rate. We just started. Most of my leads tend to come in at around email 2, 3, and 4. Usually first email doesn't do that well. It's the follow-up that, I really get to sign up. So the fact we're sitting at a 1.19, we'll call it 1.2, day 1 on 167 people, not too shabby. I'm kind of confident in this campaign. We're at the 12-minute mark, so I will stop here. But if y'all are interested at all in what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, feel free to comment down below, and I will share anything and everything I can to help y'all out. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this is a successful launch. I hope it helps you guys or maybe inspires you a little bit. But other than that, we will talk soon. Everyone have a great week. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.